Any questions for the players? Back.
Lisa, can you just talk about like what Florida was doing defensively, and not only with that half-court trap, but it just seemed like they were able to, poke the ball away, at key times, hustle play kind of things.
I just felt like we was loose with the ball. I think we had 21, 22 turnovers. That's just unacceptable. And, we just got to do better. Florida was a better team.
Back.
Chase, you had the string of three-pointers there late. Just what were you able to do to be able to come in, hit those good shots there, and just kind of get a little spark there late?
They went to that 1-3-1, and I kind of feel comfortable playing against the zone, and we were down, kind of desperate. So, Jermaine told me to spot up. He was going to find me, which I did, and he found me 3 or 4 times, and it just came a little bit too late.
Chase, prior to that, it's, working the ball around and you guys are trying to create some offense. Kind of talk about, the struggle just, to get shots, where you wanted them, before you guys got hot there.
We just got to move the ball better. We have a tendency to over dribble, which we need to work on. And when you're over dribbling, you're not really seeing guys cutting. And when we had guys open, we just missed them. We just had too many turnovers with that too. But I think the main thing is just catch the ball and square up. And that's something we definitely need to. We all need to work on. And when we start doing that, looking to pass first instead of dribble, we're going to start seeing open guys and start getting easier shots.
Their defense, best defense you guys have seen so far this year, or was it more what you guys were not?
Yeah, we didn't. I mean, they had a good defensive game, but at the same time, we didn't help. We didn't help ourselves with the turnovers. That half-court press, they really weren't even looking to trap us or even turn us over. It's kind of just to slow us down, and we just didn't, handle that to the best of our ability.
Anything else for the players? You good? Okay. Thanks. We'll look you back. Thank you very much.
Questions for Coach, please?
Hey, Coach, you had Esa out for some pretty long stretches in the first half. Were you just trying to turn things over as far as the lineup, or because it seems like it's a key piece to what you guys do as far as what you're going through again?
No, I didn't think he was playing as hard as what I needed him to play. And to his credit, he came back. I thought he played really hard. I thought he played the way that he can play. And it's tough when you don't make shots, and he didn't make any shots. But he kept on playing. A lot of times guys don't make shots and they don't play as hard. I thought he finished really strong from the standpoint of playing hard. If we're going to go back to playing the way we played before, we're going to have to play so much harder, and that means we got some guys that aren't going to play.
Coach, did you have 2 distinct, different West Virginia teams out there tonight?
No, not really, Justin. We got guys who want to prove. To me, they prove what they can't do. They want to go out and prove that they can do this or they can do that. When in reality, I watch them every day and I know they can't. And I don't want to ever, and I never really have. I don't think put anybody in a box. But when you continue to turn it over and turn it over and turn it over, I mean, when you continue to miss shots, not even hit the rim on shots, well, you probably shouldn't shoot. And we have 3 or 4 guys that continually do things they're not capable of doing. There's no shame in that. And the NBA is full of guys who can do certain things, and that's what they do. They stay in their lane. We got guys who are all over the place, man. And then they're not capable of doing it. And then, when you try to tell them, then they pout or, we got some guys that need to grow up. And if they don't do it, then then I can't have them around. I got too many young guys that are too impressionable and will really have a mess. So if their attitudes don't change, they won't be with us.
You guys have worked a lot on limiting turnovers and had done a pretty good job the last, X number of games. Surprised that came about again tonight? Or?
No, because you get on a stage where guys want to, they want to be something they're not. And that's just, that was the whole deal. Florida did a really good job. I'm not going to take anything away from them. But we had guys open. When you're standing out there dribbling a damn thing between your legs, it's hard to hit an open guy. That's what we did. I bet you I go back and look at the film. I bet you we had guys that dribbled the ball between 20 and 30 times before they passed it. Why?
How troubling is it at this point in the season that you have guys that might be upsetting your room or upsetting your club, potentially upsetting your club?
Well, I think I can fix it. I've fixed it before, and when I can't fix it, I cut it out. It's not fair to everybody else. That's why they call it team. So we'll fix it or we'll cut it out.
Coach, Konate struggled obviously today, but he went through the NBA draft process and everything. I'm wondering if he came back differently and has had a different sort of mindset this season so far.
Yeah, I think probably so.
In what ways?
He was the best rim protector in the country a year ago. And he got to where he was a very effective low post player, and he handled ball screens pretty well too. And I don't care if he shoots threes. It's just when he shoots them, and is it a good shot? We talk all the time about step-in shots. Step-in shots are the easiest ones to make. That's what everybody does when you go shoot on your own. It's a step-in shot. It's not. And he's got, he's gifted, but you can't turn and stick the ball. Try to stick the ball between two guys. And the guys that are really effective, they catch it. They feel the defense. They go away from the defense and they score. Now we're into we got to dribble it, and he had a wide open shot to foul line, wide open. What did he do? He dribbled it and ran over a guy. Fine.
Coach, I want to ask about the significance of this event. Like, did you ever get to meet Jim Valvano, and what does this cause mean to you?
Well, I'll take the cause part first. I lost my mother to cancer, who was the closest person to me in the world. And we're doing what they're doing here on a smaller scale than Morgantown, much smaller scale. But yeah, I knew Jimmy well. We did probably 6, maybe 8 Nike clinics. And that was back in the old days when you didn't fly in and fly right back out because you're doing all these other things. We'd come in on Friday night and we'd leave on Sunday night. Mm-hmm. And it was a whole group of guys that Jimmy pretty much did every Nike clinic as did I. And so, that and then the Nike trips and all. Yeah, I think I do them pretty doggone well. It was one of his last games. They had him like in a closet. They didn't have a place. It was in an old arena. And they came in and said, "Jimmy wants to see you." And they said, "V wants to see you." And so I went down and gave him a hug, and you know, what do you say? So, me not being very bright, I said, how you doing? He goes, what do you mean, how am I doing? I'm dying. Wow. And then he laughed, and then, like he does, and he just laughs and he makes everything go away, or made everything go away. So, I know the family.
Coach, Beals might struggle, but I mean, he's been in and out of practice, health-wise and everything. What do you got to do to try to get him going again?
Justin, it's not a case of what I need to do, it's a case of what he needs to do. He needs to go back to being Beetle Bolton that everybody loved. That's what he needs to do. Beetle Bolton, the first guy in the gym, the last guy to leave. Beetle Bolton who hung on every word. He does that, he'll be a pretty good player again. If he doesn't do that, he's got a tough road to hoe.
Okay, we good? Thank you, Coach.